knew what love was supposed to feel like, before I had the language for this thing. You were already loving me completely. You were already everything. I did not discover you the way I thought I did. You were the one who found me first that day. And the love I feel when I say that I love you is the echo of the love you gave away. I have tried to love the world the way it asks, and come back empty every single time. I have tried to fill the God-shaped space with other things, and found that nothing fits the way you fit inside. And so I come back to the simple declaration that I have said 1,000 times before. And every time I say it, something opens, and I find that I can mean it even more. I love you, not because I have to. I love you, not because I'm supposed to. I love you because you loved me first, and that love changed everything. I love you, Lord, with everything I am. I love you, Lord, with everything I have. Not a perfect love, not a finished love, but a real love that grows every day. I love you, Lord, more than words can carry, more than music can convey. I love you, Lord. I love you. 1 John 4:19 says it simply: we love because He first loved us. And I have found that to be the deepest truth, that love like this is not self-generated stuff. It comes from somewhere outside of myself. It comes from the one who is love Himself. And every time I feel it rise inside me, I know I am receiving what He gave. With all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind, with all my strength. Mark 12:30. This is the first commandment, and the most natural response to a love like His. I love you, Lord, with everything. I love and maybe a little too casual for a hymn, but there is no other way to say exactly what it feels like from inside of where I've been. You are the thing I think about when I wake up. You are the thought that finds me in the day. You are the one I want to tell things to when something beautiful has come my way. I have read the Psalms of David, where he speaks of God the way a lover speaks, where he talks about the sanctuary longing, like a deer beside the dried up summer creeks. And I understand that language now completely, because I have felt that ache myself before. The specific missing of your presence, when the distance made me want you even more. They asked him to name the greatest commandment, and he said, love God with everything you are. And I think that is exactly what this feeling is. This everything you are that beats inside this heart. You are my favorite thing of everything there is. You are my favorite thing, the best of all of this. Not a Sunday thing, not a crisis thing, not just when I need something from you. You are my favorite thing. Every morning, every evening, every in-between, you are my favorite thing. You are. The world has beautiful things in it, I know, the kind that catch the breath and stop the heart. The sunset and the ocean and the music and the face of someone you love from the start. But underneath all of the beautiful things is the one who made the beautiful things be. And loving you is loving the source of all of it. And that is the most beautiful thing to me. One thing I asked from the Lord, this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord. You are my favorite thing, this one thing I seek, my favorite thing of everything. You are my favorite. You are. Love is not just a feeling that arrives and stays without any effort on my part. Love is the daily choosing in the ordinary, the small decisions of a willing heart. And every morning when the alarm goes off, before the day has told me what it holds, I make a choice about who I will orient to before the noise of everything unfolds. Some mornings it comes easily and naturally, the heart is open and the love is warm. Some mornings it is more of a decision made before the feeling has a chance to form. And I have found that both are just as valid, that the choosing is the love in its own way, that the love that shows up on the hard mornings is sometimes the most honest love I've displayed. Every morning is a new beginning. Every morning is another chance to say that whatever comes at me today, you are the one I want to face it with. Every morning I choose you. Every morning I choose you. Before the day tells me who to be, every morning I choose you. Before the world makes its demands on me, not because I always feel like it, not because it's always effortless and clear. Every morning I choose you, and in the choosing I discover that you chose me first. Every morning I choose you. Lamentation says his mercies are new every morning, that great is his faithfulness each day. And I want my love to match that kind of faithfulness, a new choosing every single rising way. Not the love that coast on yesterday's momentum, but the love that wakes up fresh and starts again. Every morning a new declaration, every morning choosing you again. Lamentations 3:22-23. His mercies are new every morning, great is his faithfulness. And every morning I respond with a love that chooses again. New mercies, new choosing. Every morning I choose you. Every morning I choose you. Every day you are my choice. Every morning I choose you. I have tried to write it down so many times, the thing I feel when I think about your love. I have drafted prayers and songs and letters, and none of them have been quite enough. The language that we have for ordinary loving was not designed to hold what this contains. And so I keep arriving at the limit where the words run out and only music stays. The mystics wrote about it in their notebooks, in the language of the heart that strains to speak. Teresa of Avila called it the interior castle, where the deepest room is the one we seek. And in that deepest room where language fails, where all the metaphors have been worn thin, there is a love that does not need the words, a love that is its own vocabulary within. say, more than I can sing, more than any music holds or carries to the King. But I will keep on trying with the limited and beautiful, the words I have for the love that is more. I love you more than I can say, more than language was designed to hold. I love you more than I can say, more than any story can be told. But the trying is the worship, and the reaching is the prayer. I love you more than I can say, and so I say it anyway, over and over, more than I can say. Romans 8 says the Spirit intercedes for us with groans that words cannot express. And I believe that in the place beyond the language, the love I feel is carried to the rest, to the throne where all inadequate expressions are received as more than what they seem. And my stumbling love and my limited language is beautiful to the one who hears what I mean. The Spirit intercedes for us with groans that words cannot express. My love beyond words is still received, more than I can say. He hears the more, he receives the more than I can say. I love you more than music holds. I love you more than I can say. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord.
I wanna separate two things today: the love that loves you for what you have done, and the love that loves you for who you are. When the doing and the giving come undone, because the gifts are wonderful, I will say the answered prayers, the grace, the open doors. But I want a love that would remain, even if I never received anything more. Job loved God when everything was taken, and in the taking found the truest thing, that the God who gave was worthy before the giving, and worthy of the love the bare soul brings. And I want that kind of love inside my chest, the love that is not purchased price or deal.
the love that is simply the response of knowing who this God is and how that makes me feel. Not because of what you give me, though the gifts are more than I deserve. Not because of what you do for me, though the doing is beyond what I could earn. Just because of who you are, just because of who you are, because of who you are, I worship. Not the worship of the transaction, not the love that has a list attached. Because of who you are, I love you. Holy, faithful, true, and beautiful, beyond anything I could have imagined. Because of who you are, I bring the best of everything I am. Because of who you are, I worship. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty. The living creatures cry it without ceasing, and I think they cry it not because they have to, but because when you see Him stopping is unpleasing. Because the beauty of His holiness is the kind that generates its own response inside, and loving Him because of who He is the most natural thing when you have seen His light. Revelation 4:8. Holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, who was and is to come. Because of who you are, holy, because of who you are, worthy, because of who you are, I worship. Because of who you are, I worship. Because of who you are, I love you. When I think about your love, I have to stop whatever I was doing just a moment before, because the thought of it is too large to hold, while also doing anything else anymore. When I think about the cross and what it cost, and what it says about the value that you placed on every wandering, ordinary person who you loved enough to take their place. When I think about the morning that you rose, and what that means for everything I face, that death was not the final word that morning, and it will not be the final word in my case. When I think about the Spirit makes a home inside this ordinary body. I cannot help but feel the love inside. When I think about your love, something rises in me. Something that was sleeping gets awake and starts to sing. When I think about your love, when I think about your love, I have to respond. When I think about your love, something in me comes undone in the best possible way, the best possible undone. When I think about your love, everything I thought I knew about what love is expands beyond the borders. When I think about your love, how could I not love you back? Ephesians 3 says Paul prayed that we would grasp how wide and long and high and deep it is, the love of Christ that surpasses all our knowing, that passes understanding, yet is His. And I have prayed that prayer for myself, that I would grasp it more than I have grasped. And every time I think I've reached the edges, I find that there is more beyond the last. Ephesians 3:17, 18, rooted and established in love, may have power to grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ. When I think about your love, wide, long, high, deep, and more. When I think about your love, when I think about your love, I love you. When I think about your love, how could I not? When I think about your love.
There is a version of love that gives a portion, that offers what is comfortable and safe, that keeps a corner of the heart unrendered, and calls that love while holding back the rest. And I have lived in that compartmentalized version longer than I want to say out loud, where Jesus got the Sunday and the saying, but the daily living ran a separate crowd. But love that is divided is not really love, the way the word is meant to be applied. Love is the surrendering of the whole thing, the giving over of what is inside. And so I come today with the intention of
of offering what I have been slow to give. Not just the impressive parts, the testimony, but the actual ordinary life I live. Take my hands and let them move at the impulse of your love. Take my feet and let them be swift and beautiful for you. Take my voice and let me sing, always only for my King. Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to Thee. Take my whole life, every part of it. Take my whole life, not just the church part of it. The weekday and the quiet, the hidden and the known. Take my whole life, I am giving it completely. Everything I am, everything I own. Take my whole life. Romans 12 says, offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing. And I have read that verse 100 times and felt the weight of what it keeps releasing. The whole life, not the selected presentation. The whole life, not the highlight reel alone. The living sacrifice that gets up every morning and offers the whole ordinary home. Romans 12:1. Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Take my whole life. This is my worship. All of it. Take my whole, take my whole life. Take it all, Lord. Take it all. Take my whole life. Take my whole life. Every part. Take my whole life. It's yours, all of it. I spent a long time looking in the wrong places, the way that most of us do before we know. I looked in the approval of the people around me and found it was a well that didn't flow. I looked in the accomplishments and the titles and found them hollow in the holding of them. I looked in the relationships and the experiences and found that none of them could fully hold them. Augustine said our hearts are restless until they find their rest in you at last. And I have proved that in my own experience, through every searching season of my past, there is a specific shape of the longing that only one specific thing will fill. And I have found the only thing that fills it. And standing here, I cannot help but feel this is it. This is the thing I was made for. This is the love I was searching for. This is the place the restlessness was always pointing toward. I have found what I was looking for. I have found what I was looking for, and it was you. I have found what I was looking for in everything I do. The restless searching heart has come to rest in the only place it was designed to be. I have found what I was looking for, and what I found was not a thing, but a person. I found you. John 1 says the disciples asked him where he stayed, and he said, "Come and see." And they came and stayed. And from that staying came the following, and from the following came the love that stayed. And I have come and seen and stayed a while, and in the staying found that I have found the thing the whole of my existence was pointing to, the love that is the center and the ground. They asked him, "Where are you staying?" He said, "Come and see." They went and saw where he was staying, and spent the day with him. Come and see, stay a while. I have found what I was looking for. Come and see. I found you, Lord. This is it. I found you. This is what I was looking for. I found you.
Before you found me, I had other names. The names that failure and rejection write. The names that circumstance and wound assigned. The names that followed me into the night. I carried them the way you carry things that have been given to you without consent. And some of them I wore so long I'd forgotten that they were never names you ever meant. But love has a way of renaming things, the way it always has throughout the story. Jacob wrestled and received a new identity, and Peter got a name that meant his glory. And the woman at the well went back to town with some known her in her shame came out to see the one who'd been addressed. You did not call me by the names they gave me. You called me by the name you had in mind before the world had any say about the matter. You had a name for me for all of time. You changed my name from everything the world had written. You changed my name to everything you'd always seen. Not the name of what I'd done or what had been done to me. You changed my name to beloved, to chosen, to free. You changed my name, and I am learning to answer to it now. You changed my name. Isaiah says, do not fear, I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name, you are mine. And the name that God has given to the called ones is not the name of shame, but of divine design and purpose and deliberate intention. You are not an accident or afterthought. You were called by name before the world was spoken, and the name he gave you cost him everything he brought. Isaiah 43:1. Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine, you changed my name. I am mine to you. I am mine to you. You changed my name. Beloved, chosen, free. You changed my name. I am learning it. You changed my name. Beloved, you changed my name. Free. Free. I have kept you waiting more times than I can count, with my wandering and my choosing other roads, with my convincing myself I would come back later, when I had sorted out my current lows. And every time I finally turned around, you were not where I had left you standing there. You were closer than the place I'd walked away from. You had been walking with me everywhere. The parable says the father ran toward the son. He did not wait with arms crossed at the door. He saw him while he was still a great way off, and ran to him with everything and more. And that is what I find when I return. Not the the crossed arms of someone kept too long, but the running of a love that never left, and the music of the welcome home you belong. The love that waited was not standing still. The love that waited was pursuing still. The love that waited was not merely patient, it was actively running toward the hill where I was standing, lost and coming home. The love that waited was not really waiting at all. The love that waited was running before I could call. And every time I've wandered, every time I've strayed, the love I came back to was the love that had already made its way to where I was. The love that waited never stopped moving toward me. The love that waited found me every time. Hosea says, I will lead her into the wilderness and speak tenderly to her there. And the wilderness, I thought, was God's absence, was where He was most deliberately near. The seeking of the lost sheep, the found coin, the returned son. 3 stories told in one same sitting day. They say that the love you are running toward is the love that has been running your whole way. While he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son. The love that waited was running. The love that waited found me running, always running toward me. The love that waited found me every time, running toward me. The love that waited never stopped running. I have heard the prayers that ask for things, and I have prayed them too, if I am honest. The healing and the provision and the breakthrough, the list of things I've brought before your promise. And all of those are real, and you receive them. And grace provides beyond what we deserve. But somewhere in the growing and the knowing, I have found a prayer that goes above the curve. David prayed it from the wilderness and exile. Whom have I in heaven but you, he wrote? nothing on the earth that I desire besides you. And I have read those words and felt the throat tighten with the recognition of it, that underneath the asking for the things is a deeper asking for the giver of the things. And that is what my heart most deeply brings. Whom have I in heaven but you? And earth has nothing I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. All I want is you. When everything is stripped away, all I want is you. At the end of every single day, not just the gifts you bring, not just the answers to my prayer. All I want is you, the giver underneath the giving, the presence underneath the blessing. All I want is you, just you. And in the seasons when the gifts are scarce and the prayers seem unanswered in the air, I find that what remains when all the rest falls quiet is the wanting of your presence everywhere. And maybe that is what the desert is designed for, to thin the list until what's left is true. And what is true when everything is silent is that all I really want is only you. Whom have I in heaven but you? And earth has nothing I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. All I want is you, my portion forever, just you. All I want is you, just you, my portion. All I want is you. There are mornings when the love just rises without my having to do anything to start it. When I wake up and the gratitude is already there, already singing from the center of my heart. And I don't know what triggers it exactly, the light perhaps, or something in the air. But suddenly the whole chest is full of music, and the music is entirely a prayer. The Psalms are full of this spontaneous this eruption of praise that couldn't wait to find a form, where David says, "My heart is stirred by a noble theme," and the poem pours out warm. And I have felt that kind of stirredness in me, the kind that rises without invitation, that finds the voice before the mind is caught up, that sings before the thinking of the song. And I will let it sing, I will not quiet it. When the heart wants to sing for God, let the heart sing. I will let it sing. My heart sings for you. On the mornings when it rises, my heart sings for you. Not because I made it, my heart sings for you. Because something in the knowing of your love generates its own music on the way. My heart sings for you, and I will let it. I will open up my mouth, and what comes out is love. My heart sings for you. Zephaniah says he rejoices over us with singing. The God who made the music sings it over us. And I have always found that the most stunning, that the creator of all sound sings his love over every one of us. And my heart singing back to him is just the echo of the song he started first. My heart sings for you because you sang for me. The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. He sings over you. My heart sings back. He sings over you. My heart sings for you. My heart sings for you. My heart sings for you. Singing back the song you sang first. My heart sings for you. I know that beauty is the kind of thing that usually moves in the other direction. From the creator to the creation is the standard, not back the other way with this reflection. There is something in the love of knowing you that makes me wanna say it like it is. That the God who is the definition of all beauty is beautiful to me beyond what beauty is. In the temple Isaiah saw the seraphim covering their faces with their wings and crying, "Holy, holy, holy," to each other, because 'cause even angels cannot look at everything that the beauty of the Lord contains inside. And I am a small voice in that same tradition, who stands before the holiness and tries to say you are beautiful beyond all definition. Not the beauty of the surface, not the beautiful of easy to look at, the beauty of the one who is all goodness, all truth, all grace, all love, all light. That kind of beautiful is what you are to me. You are beautiful to me, more beautiful than anything I know. You are beautiful to me in all the ways that matter most, and show holy and faithful and true and good and merciful and present and alive. You are beautiful to me. And every day I spend in knowing you, I find there is more beauty than before. You are beautiful to me, more than I can hold. Psalm 27 says, one thing I have asked, that I may behold the beauty of the Lord. And I have made that prayer my own completely, and found it answered more than I'd implored. Because the seeking of His beauty is itself a kind of finding that does not leave you empty. And the God who is the source of all the beautiful is never less than everything and plenty. Psalm 27:4. One thing I ask from the Lord, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze on the beauty of the Lord. You are beautiful to me, more than I can say. Beautiful, you are beautiful, more than I can hold. You are beautiful to me, beautiful Lord, to me, to me. People ask me sometimes why I spend my hours making music for a God they cannot see. And I try to find the words to explain it properly, but the words are always smaller than the free feeling of loving something truly, the free feeling of being known and knowing back, of having found the thing your whole life pointed toward, and giving it the music that it lacks. I sing because the silence is not adequate for what I feel when I remember what He did. I sing because the love He showed at Calvary is more than any quiet can hold inside. I sing because the morning keeps arriving with new mercy that I did not earn at all. I sing because the God who made the universe stooped down to catch me every time I fall. Every song I've ever written, every note I've ever sung has been the same song, dressed in different clothing. It has always been the same one. It has always been about you. You are the reason I sing, the first reason and the last. You are the reason I sing, the present and the past. Every melody that finds me, every lyric that arrives. You are the reason I sing, and without you I would have nothing worth the singing, nothing worth the music. You are the reason I sing. You. Colossians says, sing psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs with gratitude in your hearts to God. And I have always understood that as permission to sing the love out loud and call it Lord. And so I sing it in the ordinary, in the car and in the shower and alone. And I sing it in the gathered congregation, and I sing it on the days I feel alone. Colossians 3:16. Let the message of Christ dwell among you richly, as you teach and admonish one another with all wisdom through psalms, hymns, and songs from the Spirit, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts. You are the reason I sing gratitude. You are the reason. You are the reason I sing. Every song is about you. The reason I sing. There is a poem that Augustine wrote, where he said you were within me all along, more inward than my most inward part, more intimate than the place my thoughts belong. And I have read that line 100 times, and every time it does something to my chest, that the God who made the cosmos is also closer and the breath that rises in my breast. Act 17 says in him we live and move and have our very being. He is near, not near like someone standing in the same room, but near like the atmosphere that we breathe here. And the love I feel when I am still and knowing is the love of the one who is inside the still, who is closer than the thinking of the thinking, who is more present than the presence of my will, closer than my breathing, closer than my heartbeat, closer than the thought that just arrived. In him I live and move and have my being. In him I am alive. Closer than my breathing, that is how close you are. Closer than my breathing, not distant, not afar. Inside the very breath I breathe, inside the very heartbeat of this chest. Closer than my breathing, and knowing you are this close is the thing that I love most. Closer than my breathing, you are here. And so the love I feel for you is not the love across a distance for something far. It is the love of the one who has discovered that the one they love is closer than they are to themselves in some deep sense. And that intimacy is the most disarming thing that the infinite and holy God decided that close was what he wanted to be. Acts 17, 27, 28. He is not far from any one of us, for in him we live and move and have our being. Closer than my breathing, in him I live. Closer than my breathing, in him I move. Closer than my breathing, in him I have my being. Closer than my breathing, you are here. Closer than my breathing, right here. You are. I have been thinking about what it means to be invited into love with you. That the God who needs nothing and lacks nothing opened a door and invited me through. Not because he was lonely or needed completing, Not because creation gave him something new, but because love by its nature wants to share itself, and sharing is exactly what he chose to do. And the invitation stands for every person who has ever drawn a breath upon this earth, to come into a love that has no bottom, to receive a love that has no end of worth. And I have accepted that invitation, and I find it more astonishing each year that the God of all creation would want me here in this love that He extended. What a privilege to be here. What a privilege to love you. What a privilege to know you. What a privilege that you wanted this specific person in your love. What a privilege to love you. Of all the things that life could be spent on, what a privilege to love you, to be known and to know the living one. I did not earn the invitation, I did not arrive deserving of the door. What a privilege to love you and to be loved by you in return. What a privilege. What a privilege to love you. And I wanna hold this privilege with the weight that privilege deserves to be held, not casually, not as a background assumption, but with the wonder of someone who has been compelled by the enormity of what has been extended, by the grace that made the invitation real, that the God of everything wants to be known by me. What a privilege to know and to feel. 1 John 3:1. See what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God. And that is what we are. What a privilege to love you, called children of God. What a privilege. What a privilege to love you. What a privilege to love you. What a privilege to be loved. What a privilege, Lord. What a privilege to love you. This is not a performance. This is not the carefully crafted presentation. This is just the unedited expression of a heart that has been undone by your salvation. I am not trying to write the perfect love song. I am trying to tell you what is true, that everything I am and everything I have has been made different by loving you. Song of Solomon is love poetry in the scripture, which tells me that the language of the heart was always welcome in the presence of the holy. That intimate expression is a form of art that God receives and that God even authored. The kind of love that does not hold the words, but pours them out regardless of the eloquence, because the love itself is what is heard. A love song to the King, not the formal anthem of the throne room, but the personal, the private, the one that comes from knowing Him. A love song to the King, the most honest song I know. Love song to the King. This is my love song to the King. Not the public declaration, but the private daily thing. The morning cup and the quiet, the afternoon remembering. Love song to the King. The ordinary holy hallelujah of a heart that will not stop singing its love song to the King. And when the song is finished and the music fades and goes, I hope what is remembered is not the quality of the note, but the sincerity of the trying of the heart that wanted to say how much it loves the King in its limited and beautiful way. Psalm 45, my heart is stirred by a noble theme as I recite my verses for the King. My tongue is the pen of a skillful writer. My heart is stirred, a love song to the King. My heart is stirred, a love song. Love song to the King. My heart is stirred. Love song to the King. This is my love song to you. I cannot see the whole road from where I'm standing. I cannot count the days that still remain. I do not know the chapters that are coming, or whether they will carry sun pouring. But there is one thing I can say with certainty about every single day that is to come, that in whatever season I am living, you will be the one I am living it for. The Psalms are full of these long declarations of a love that goes beyond the current day, of a love that is committed to the future, of a love that says regardless come what may. And I have made these declarations too, sometimes when the feeling was entirely there, and sometimes when the feeling was much quieter, and both times it was love, and both times prayer. All my days are yours, every one of them. All my days are yours, the shining and the dim. All my days are yours, I give them willingly. All my days are yours. I will love you all my days, every morning, every evening. I will love you all my days, every season, every reason. Not just the easy, not just the bright, not just when the love feels light. I will love you all my days, every single one of them is yours. I will love you all my days, I give them all. I love you all my days. And when the days are done and I am standing at the end of them, and looking back across the whole road, I want the thread that runs through all of it to be the love I chose and kept on choosing. For the God who chose me first and never stopped, I will love you all my days, every one of them until the last. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. All my days, goodness and love follow me. All my days, I will dwell with you. All my days, I love you. All my days, I love you. Everyone. All my days, I love you. Everyone. All my days are yours. All my days, I love you, Lord. When I think about who you are completely, And then I look at what I have to bring. I feel the gap between the worth and the offering, the distance between you and everything. You are holy, and I am not close to holy. You are infinite, and I am very small. You deserve a love that matches your deserving, and I have only this, which is not all. But then I read the story of the widow who gave 2 coins and gave everything she had. And Jesus said she gave more than all the others, because the portion that she gave was all she had. And I hold that as the permission for my worship, that the all of what I have is enough for you, that you do not weigh the volume of the giving, but whether what was given was completely true. You deserve more than I can give, but I give you all I have. You deserve more than I can offer, but everything I have is yours. The everything of me, however small it is everything. Does not stop the offering. You deserve more, and I give more than I have. I give you all of it. You deserve more than I can give. Revelation shows the 24 elders casting down their crowns before the throne. And the crowns were the best things they possessed, and they laid them down and said, you alone are worthy to receive the glory and the honor. Say you deserve more, and take this life. Revelation 4:10-11. The 24 elders fall down before him and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, you are worthy, our Lord and God, to receive glory and honor and power. You deserve more, but here is my crown. Here is my everything. If I could go back to the moment before I knew you, with everything I know now in my hand, knowing everything the following would cost me, every sacrifice, every counter-cultural stand, knowing all the times I would fall short, and all the ways the road would not be easy, knowing the dark nights and the long waiting, and all the things that were not mine to see. Knowing all of that, I would still choose this. I would walk back to the beginning and choose again. I would say yes to the invitation of the gospel, and say yes to the love that has no end. Because the cost of following is nothing compared to what would be the cost of not. And the life I have in knowing and in loving you is more than anything the other road has got. If I had to choose again, I would. If I had to start again, I would. If I had to give it all again, I would. Because you are worth it. You have always been worth it. I would choose you again. If I had to do it over, I would choose you again, without a single hesitation. Every heart sees and every sacrifice, every moment I was not sure, I would choose you again. Because knowing you has been the best thing that has ever happened to me. I would choose you again every time. Paul said in Philippians, whatever was gain to me, I now consider loss for the sake of Christ. And what is more, I consider everything a loss because of the surpassing worth of knowing Christ. Surpassing worth, that is the calculation, that everything else is loss by comparison. And I have run that math myself in quiet moments, and always reach the same conclusion. Philippians 3:7-8. Whatever were gains to me, I now consider loss for the sake of Christ. What is more, I consider everything a loss because of the surpassing worth of knowing Christ Jesus, my